So the last thank you has to go to the amazing team, our electronic engineer, Andy Natoli, our technical director, Liz Lamondola, who pre-screens. Nobody shows movies like we do. Please give a round of applause to the entire team up in the projection booth. Great job, guys. Amazing. You go to festivals, they're backwards, it's on wrong, it doesn't play. Phenomenal job. So I just want to say how wonderful it's been to present these films for you. I'm so honored that Music Box, and Ed has just told me this film will open up around the country on September 30th, which means get the word out. Twitter, Facebook, when it opens up in New York, make sure everybody knows about it. Let's get this film filled up so more of these films can play here and play in the theaters. Please join me in saying hello to the amazing director and screenwriter of this film, Hannes Holm.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
As you know, opening and closing night films are not in competition because they already are major winners. They are the most special films for this festival. That's why we put them there. Paul, please give Hannes Holm our closing night trophy because there's none more deserving than this film and this director. And now the stage is all yours.
Thanks.
Should I hold this for you so you can talk?
No, yeah, exactly.
I won't take it away. I promise.
No. I love filmmaking. I love seasons, and filmmaking is so many seasons. It's writing season, it's financing season, it's pre-production season, it's shooting season, and it's editing season, and opening season, and getting award season. And if I should choose, maybe I would stay in getting award season. No, it's been so fantastic to come here and show my film for you. I came to Long Island last night. I haven't been here before, and it must be so nice to live in an area without no grumpy old men. I haven't seen one. No, sitting, I usually write my screenplays in freezing cold Sweden. If I was aware that I could come to your fantastic place here, I maybe would have written even better, but now I get the energy to write next film so I can come back to you. Yeah, if somebody wants to say something.
So I'm sure there'll be many of you who want to compliment him on the film later. I've already complimented him on the film like 3 times because I love this movie. But right now we're just going to ask questions. Remember, you can also tweet your questions to #SBFF, and I'll take the first question here.
I can tell you why. I have an answer of this, and if you can't say my answer to anybody, it's a secret. But I can tell you tonight. Are you okay? Here it comes. I'm colorblind, and when the color came into when they were black and white, I've been even more successful director. But now, so on. So, good question.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Extraordinary. What made you decide in adapting it to not in the book? You know, we don't know that she's passed away for quite a while, and you so beautifully changed that. What was the impetus for that decision?
So the question is about why was the screenplay changed from the book? In the book, I guess you don't find out she's passed away for quite a while.
I think his English was very good. No, yeah. It's it's terrible the book is a bestseller in Sweden, and when I got this offer to do the film, I usually write my own stories. I never do some other person's story, and I really hesitated to accept the offer, but as you've seen tonight, I made the film, and I decided to make the film after I read the book. It's a good thing to read the book if you're going to make a film of it. And it's also a good thing to read the book 100 times and then 100 times more, because as a director I have to steal the story out from the book. I can't just shoot the book. And so I have to make a film out of the story, and that's why I look for the story in the book, and I must get the soul of the book into my blood. So after 200 times I could forget about the book, because the book is inside me now, and I can start to write the screenplay. And have anybody been reading a book here? Good. It comes pictures to you, and I'm so afraid of the people who have been reading Ove, because the persons who fall in love with the book go to the cinema and with a feeling that what have this director done with my book? They always think it's my book, even if they haven't read it. They're pretty aggressive. So I was so afraid of them, and because, as you said, the question was, it's another beginning of the film. I have to write the screenplay that can work, and after I've done it, I can go back and, oh, that lovely scene in the book is there, and that lovely scene, and in the end, I often have many scenes from the book, but you can't have every scene in the book. And my editor said that, Hannes, remember, doing a bestseller, the trick is start the film exactly as the book starts, which I didn't. But so it's for me the trick is to read the book so you get into your blood, and just write a good screenplay out of it, and you also have to know the characters, so sometimes you have to know new scenes in the screenplay as well, and you can't do that if you don't know the characters. That wasn't the answer, but
It'll work. Yes, ma'am. Oh,
yes.
Was the cat Sonia?
Yeah, obviously. Oh, yeah, very good. Exactly. Of course, you can see the cat as Sonia. We had the production company of this film. They didn't want to invest so much money into the film. They didn't even want to have the cat in the film. Because animals on set are like animals on set. And but as you said, the cat is such an important symbol for Sonia. So I for some time I didn't want to do it, and then they got me the money to have a cat on set, but they didn't give me a digital cat. They gave me a living cat. Have anybody have cats here, or met a cat or something? Yeah. So we had 2 cats. We could afford 2 cats. They were so similar. You have to use many animals to have one animal on set. And we had Orlando and Magic. And Magic was the lazy cat. And the other one, Orlando, was like that all the time. So in the walking scenes we had Orlando, in the lazy scenes, the best scene, we had Magic. But the problem was they were so similar, so we often get the wrong cat. But the actors survived, but with a bit of things on their bodies. So, but it was so nice to have the cat on set, and in the end, it's so nice that we didn't have a digital cat. The cats, they were so good acting.
Yes, sir. The question is if the healthcare in Sweden is as it was portrayed in the movie.
Exactly. That's a good question too. Are everybody so intelligent here out on Long Island? The thing is that the stupid people in Sweden think that Ove is an old Swedish grumpy man wanting everything to be like it was used to in Sweden. But he's not, because Ove is American or Italian or American Italian. He wants to solve things by himself. And the Swedish old way is that like the government and the state solve things. So that was a little thing I changed in the script. But nowadays in Sweden, it isn't the government anymore. It's private companies. And when you have private companies, you have the benefit, and they count how many people they can take in. So they earn money of it. And then I had the conflict in the film. So as you've seen tonight, this is the situation in Sweden right now, I can think.
Yes, sir.
Good question.
Is there a reason that we had the Willie Nelson song with all the other Swedish songs?
First, it's a very good song. I must say nice words. It was my editor. I came to the editing room one night, and there it was. And he shouldn't do that. Just putting some music. I never said that he was putting the music. So he was feeling ashamed. But the thing was, I just sat down and said nothing, and he said nothing. A very Swedish way to solve the problem.
So the question is, was there a significance to the red shoes that she wears throughout the story?
It's a kind of a balance there. That's also. I'm feeling stupid now. So intelligent questions. It's a time lapse thing that we don't actually see Sonja's and Ove's real life in the film. We just see when they meet. So the old shoes is like the shoes we never see during the life, because she died in cancer 6 months before our story starts. If I should use the red shoes in the first scene, I think that could be more confusing for us as viewers with the time and everything. It's pretty confusing to do a film.
Yes, ma'am. So 2 questions. How long did it take to film, and is the lead actor very famous in Sweden?
It was a very normal Swedish budget, and it was a normal production, like we shot it in 2 months. And we were so lucky because the town we shot Ove in was exactly the same town where the Saab cars was built. So we could take the Saab, Saab is not a brand anymore, but we could take the Saab cars from the museum to our scenes. The Ove, Rolf Lassgård, who plays Ove, he's very famous in Sweden. He's one of Sweden's most famous actors, but he's a drama actor and never done any comedian things. And I started in the 80s in the Swedish television as a comedian. I know this is a shock for you now. But in Sweden, anybody who can tell a joke can become a comedian. So I come from kind of humor, and people think that A Man Called Ove is kind of comedian-like title, but after reading the book, it got all these feelings in it. So when I wrote the screenplay, I just thought that I really needed a good actor, and the production company wanted to have a more comedian-like actor, but I wanted to have Rolf Lassgård. I also watched the fantastic film about Schmidt, for example, before shooting Ove, and when we were finished with the film and the film started to go around, Alexander Payne, who done about Schmidt, called Rolf Lassgård. So now Rolf is doing a film with Alexander Payne.
So the question is about the
I
age.
heard.
Yeah. It's for them.
I think the Q&A is over now.
They didn't hear the question.
No.
The question is about the
I don't like
age of
that
the
question.
character.
Some questions you don't like.
Okay. Oh, I see.
I asked the author. Ove seems to be like 70 or 80, as I see it when I read the story. But I can read that he's 59 years old. I'm 53, and so now you should say something. No, okay. No, but in a way, I didn't want to have that line, you're 59 years old. In a way, it should have been better just not saying it. But in another way, after some time, we can look at, we can look very, we can be old and we can be young and so on. But I made him look older than 59, and my purpose was to have him a bit more older. The author wants to have it as it's not anything about age. He wants Ove to be like Ove when he's 20 years old or 15 years old or 30 years old. So that was his point with having him 59.
We have time for just a few more questions. Yes, ma'am. What was the biggest challenge making the film?
Not being smart, I think. Trying to be stupid. It's because it's as I said, it's a bestseller, and you have to be. You can do so many wrongdoings because all the aggressive readers. It was the biggest challenge was to take a bestseller novel into a film, because often we fail as directors. And as I said, I usually write my own stories, so it was important for me to do the book, not to try to do things I'm interested in, to really come into the book. That was the biggest challenge, and it's you have the story in the book somewhere, and if you write your own stuff, you can do whatever you want. But in the end, it's similar. It's complex in two ways. It's not easier to make a film out of a novel. You have to go it the other way around.
Yes, sir. The question is if the author's seen the movie and what he thinks of it.
Have you met the author? No? Okay, he's very odd. I met him once. We had this lunch. And he has been struggling with his book with the publishers. So he said to me, Hannes, I want to give you 100% responsibility of this project, because I don't want to have all the problems I had when I wrote the book. So just write the script. And I write the screenplay, and I mail in the screenplay, and after 2 days I get an answer, 3 letters, yes. And then I shoot the film, and then he and his Persian wife came to see one of the last versions of the editing. I wasn't there, and at the same day came another mail, yes. But it's always this problem with if letting in the author or not. I don't know if this is the good way, but he gave me a big responsibility, and I think that was very good.
Since I have the microphone, I get to ask a question. Can you tell us about the wonderful actress who played the neighbor? She was just a delight. I can't remember her name now. The Persian.
Parvane?
Yeah.
She was not the greatest. Do you think so? Parvane? You like her? Okay.
I don't know.
No, she was great. But the thing is, as a director, is if given a script to the actors, it's like if you have scenes you can chew, you can really play, and that's often easier. So Parvane is doing such a great job. I found her, and she was the kind of woman that the first second I saw her, it's Parvane, and she didn't like me. She was very all that time. I really loved her, but I also like Ida, who played Sonja, because it's such a stupid. She don't have a scene. She just wants smiling all the time, and that's so tough to do. That's so tough. So I'm very glad that you mentioned Ida.
Just for that, we're going to take another question from the audience. Any more questions? Please make it a really hard one. Yes, sir. Was the score written after the movie was filmed?
The music score. Yeah, I didn't do the music. But
his question.
No. But it was a Norwegian guy. It was fantastic. I loved it from the beginning. And professionals steal, amateurs borrow. But if you like it, you should go home and on Spotify listen to Schubert Opus number 100.
Well, how about these two guys? Thanks for their help, and Ken for helping to program this festival. Remember, the awards ceremony is at the Hilton Garden Inn. You can walk over. Those of you who are not going to the party and want to know the winning films, we are tweeting them live, and they'll be online. Pat, are you in the audience? Probably by midnight tonight. Thank you for being a great audience. Hannes Holm, A Man Called Ove.